Hello all and welcome to Parry's Pickups episode 56. Wow. On this time's episode we've got some Nintendo DS pickups from, a reasonable time ago. These games have been mounting up so fast that I guess I haven't had time to share them with you as soon as I get them. So I thought, seeing that I saved up a few DS pickups, I could feature them in a video this time. So, where to start is the question. Maybe I should start with those ones I picked up in Glasgow, which for regular viewers will know that was quite a while ago. But here we are. These are from... The first one was from Game. I think it was about a tenner. And that is Tetris Des. You may already know that I've been collecting quite a few Tetris games just recently. This is a fantastic version of the game, Nintendo themed version, with lots of different versions of Tetris on there. There's 6 different game modes. Some are very creative and use the stylus as well, which is really cool. What I really love is the music and the presentation. And while you play on the bottom screen, say a regular game of Tetris, on the top screen, as you progress and further in the game, then Mario in the top will also progress through the level. So that's pretty cool. I really like this version of Tetris. It's one of my very favourites. I would recommend it to anyone. I think this is more interesting than Tetris Ultimate, which you can also get, which is nice. That's a fine game and all, but I think if I had the choice to choose between one of the two, if I wanted to play a Tetris game on DS, I'd probably go with this one. Tetris Ultimate's on the 3DS, not the original DS. There's also Tetris Party, which I have on the Wii, so I didn't look into the DS version of that. Quite happy with that one there. Another puzzle game, and I think probably the best version of this particular puzzle game, in my opinion, is Meteos. This is a Disney edition. This was incredibly cheap. I can't remember. It was from CX in Glasgow. I think maybe £1 or something like that. It was not an expensive game. Meteos is a good puzzle game. It's quite unique as well, in an age where, it gets even harder and harder to do a spin on the falling block puzzle. I think Meteos was incredibly successful in doing that when it first appeared all those years back. This version puts a Disney skin on it, basically, which takes an already good game and gives it an extra nice level of presentation. On the left-hand screen, you hold it like a book. You get some Disney characters animating. Not a lot, but it's nicely done at least. And Disney and appropriate character faces appear, as you can see, on the bricks as they fall. The cover makes it look a little bit cheap, and but it's not really at all. When you get into the game, it's got some lovely pixel-based graphics. Really quality Disney presentation. It's just a more enjoyable version of Meteos to look at, I'd say. So I could recommend this wholeheartedly if you want a version of this game for the DS. Next up, we have a game which I've heard is pretty rare. I remember seeing this particular game back when I used to work at Game in the UK, and I always thought about getting it but never got around to it. That game is Kirby Superstar Ultra. Great game. This is a DS remake of the Kirby Superstar game that was originally released, I think, in 1996 for the Super Nintendo. It's a great fun game. There's 3 main Kirby adventures on this game, I think, as far as I can remember. The first one being a remake of Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. Very easy to play, very quick game to play through also, but a really enjoyable one still. It's got a bit of a gimmick here. You can choose to use it or not use it, but when you suck up an enemy, instead of just inheriting the enemy's abilities, you can spin him back out again and have him help you as a sidekick character. This makes the game a little too easy, for me at least, because the game itself is particularly straightforward to begin with. So I don't really... It's a fun gimmick, but I don't usually take any notice of that and just carry on as would I normally. So there's another... I've started the second Kirby Adventure type game, which again, none of them are that long really. As I said, there's 3 in total. There's also there's mini games on here. Now these use the stylus on this version. There's some FMV added that wasn't there, of course, in the Super Nintendo version to all the main title to Kirby games. Yeah, it's a Kirby games, huh? But it's a great fun package. It's got a shiny cover. Don't know if you can see that. That's also nice. It's all there. Always good, and I like it a lot. If you can find it at a reasonable price, it's well worth playing. I wouldn't say it's a must-have Kirby game, to be honest, really, because if you play the Super Nintendo version, then do you need a portable version of that game? Well, considering the nice lick of paint it's got, it could warrant a purchase. For me, I like having this Kirby game in my collection. It's a good one. So that's Kirby Superstar Ultra. Saying that, most Kirby games are good, aren't they? I've not really played a Kirby game I actively disliked ever. So, whereas some aren't as interesting as others, I think they're all quality and fun for the most part. So the next game is a game I actually got for free as part of a deal at GameStop here in Denmark, which is actually where I got that Kirby game. This one's Nintendo Touch Golf Birdie Challenge, and I like golf games. I like golf games. I mean, I'm sure I'm one of many. I don't hear them talked about much on gaming YouTube channels, or maybe I'm watching the wrong ones. But this is a really fine game. It's done by T&E Soft, who are famous for doing golf games. The Super Swing Golf, I think, on the PlayStation 2. Also Disney Golf, again for PS2, and they're fine golf games. This one's unique to the DS. I think it's published by Nintendo, and you use the stylus to swing the club. And it's really easily done on the bottom screen. The controls are intuitive. It's probably the most pick up and play golf game available. Yeah. It's very, very good. Presentation-wise, there's a lot. It's a bit lackluster. There's a lot of game modes there. You know, the menus aren't particularly nice looking, but and the graphics are in 3D, but they're not particularly appealing. The characters are very realistic looking. This isn't a golf game full of anime-style characters, even though it's a Japanese-developed game. The characters look okay. But that's not really the reason to play this game. The gameplay is very solid and very forgiving as well, which is quite nice for a portable golf game. So if you see this, which I imagine you might see this around quite a bit, and I imagine it doesn't have a very high asking price. So if you like golf games, this is a good game, and I urge you to check it out if you haven't done already. And that brings us to the end of this episode. A relatively short one this time round, but I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of DS games. It's not a system we often talk about on Parry's Pickups, but all those games are great fun. Got a couple of puzzle games, platform game, and a golf game. So it continues the tradition of featuring a sports game in practically every episode of Parry's Pickups. I'll see how long I can keep that up. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know. Was it? Did we have one last time? I honestly can't remember, but we do feature them quite heavily. I know that. So thanks again for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed this episode of Parry's Pickups. Join us next time where we'll talk about something else. What it is, I don't know, but find out next time. Bye for now, and game on.